Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 46, chapter 46. Today we're reading Jacob's journey to Egypt. So Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba and offered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. Then God spoke to Israel in the vision of the night and said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, Here I am. And he said, I am God, the God of your father. Do not fear to go down to Egypt, for I will make you a great nation there. I will go down with you to Egypt, and I will also surely bring you up again, and Joseph will put his hand on your eyes. Then Jacob arose from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried their father Jacob, the little ones, and their wives, in the carts which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. So they took their livestock and their goods, which they had acquired in the land of Canaan, and went to Egypt, Jacob and all his descendants with him. His sons and his sons' sons, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his descendants he brought with him in Egypt. Now, these were the names of the children of Israel, Jacob and his sons, who went to Egypt: Reuben, and Jacob's firstborn. The sons of Reuben were Henoch, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The sons of Simon were Jamul, Jamin, Ohad, Jashkin, Joar, and Shel, the son of a Kennedy woman. The son of Levi were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The sons of Judah were Onan, Shelah, Perez, and Zerah. But and Onan died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Perez were Hezron and Hamul. The sons of Ischar were Tola, Puva, Job, and Shimron. The sons of Zebulun were Sered, Lon, and Jalil. These were the sons of Leah, whom she bore to Jacob in Padam Aram, with the daughter of Dinah. All the persons, his sons and his daughters, were 33. The sons of Gad were Ziphion, Hagi, Shuni, Esbon, Eri, Erodi, and Ereh. The sons of Asher were Jimnah, Ishua, Isi, Beriah, and Sarah, their sister. And the sons of Beriah were Heber and Malchil. These were the sons of Zilpah, whom Laban gave to Leah his daughter, and these she bore to Jacob, 16 per sons. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, were Jacob and Benjamin. And to Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Messiah and Ephraim, whom Esnath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, bore to him. The sons of Benjamin were Bela, Becher, Ashbel, Gera Naaman, Rosh, Muppim, Huppim, and Arad, and Erd. These were the sons of Rachel, who were born to Jacob, 14 persons in all. The sons of Dan was Husham. The sons of Naphtali were Jazil, Guni, Jezer, and Shilem. These were the sons of Bilhah, whom Laban gave to Rachel his daughter, and she bore these to Jacob, 7 persons in all. All the persons who went with Jacob to Egypt, who came from his body, besides Jacob's sons' wives, were 60 persons in all. And the persons of Joseph, who were born to him in Egypt, were 2 persons. All the persons of the house of Jacob, who went to Egypt, were 70. Jacob settles in Goshen. Then he sent Judah before him to Joseph, to point out before him the way of Goshen. And they came to the land of Goshen. So Joseph made ready his chariot, and went up to Goshen to meet his father Israel. And he presented himself to him, and fell on his neck, and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said to Joseph, Now let me die, since I have seen your face, because you are still alive. Then Joseph said to his brother, Ask to his father's household. I will go up and tell Pharaoh, and say to him, My brother and those of my father's house, who are in the land of Canaan have come to me, and the men are shepherds, for their occupation has been to feed livestock, and they have brought their flocks, their herds, and all that they have. So it shall be, when Pharaoh called you, and says, What is your occupation? That you shall say, Your servant's occupation has been with livestock, from our youth even till now, both we and also our fathers, that you may dwell in the land of Goshen, for every shepherd is an abomination in the Egyptians. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed chapter Genesis 46 with me. Here's a quick summary and lesson from Genesis 46. Genesis 46 is Jacob's journey down to Egypt to reunite with Joseph. On the way, he stops at Beersheba to offer sacrifices to God, and God speaks to him in a night vision, reassuring him, Do not fear to go down to Egypt, for I will make of you a great nation there. I will go down with you to Egypt, and I will also surely bring you up there again. This addresses a real tension. Leaving the promised land could seem like abandoning the covenant, but God confirms his presence will go with them regardless. The chapter then lists in detail all of Jacob's descendants who go down with him to Egypt with him, sons, grandsons, and the wives of his sons, totaling 70 people in Jacob's household. Judah is sent ahead to meet Joseph and guide the family to Goshen. When Jacob and Joseph finally reunite, Joseph goes to meet his brother, falls on his neck, and weeps a long time. And Jacob says he can now die in peace, having seen with his own eyes that Joseph is still alive. Joseph then coaches his brothers on how to present themselves to Pharaoh, since shepherds are considered detestable to Egyptians. He advises them to identify themselves clearly as livestock keepers, so Pharaoh will settle them separately in Goshen, away from mainstream Egypt society. The lesson? This chapter carries real theological weight. It's the tension point between where the covenant family formally moves from the promised land into a foreign country, something God explicitly authorizes and promises to be present for, rather than something happening outside his plan. It's also a tender human moment. The long-anticipated reunion between father and son finally happens, closing the emotional arc that's been building since Jacob believed Jacob was dead. And practically, it shows wisdom and forethought. Joseph strategically manages his family's transitions into Egyptian society to preserve their distinct identity and way of life. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. See you tomorrow.